on.
That beat go hard every single time. I'm over here dancing over here in the background.
You're not the only one.
Oh, that was a perfect selection. Oh, anywho, yeah. Let's start this thing off right. Got some bet. Let me start now, but I'd like to welcome you all to episode 11 of the Marvel Detectives Comic Book Podcast. The last time it was here. Oh wait, I forgot. I am one of your hosts, one of Devin, and then there's that guy.
I think
AJ who left.
Are you flipped or am I flipped?
You're flipped on my screen.
Okay.
Because
I was like, why are you? Who are you pointing at off screen, dog?
I'm weak. All right, so yeah, we're gonna get into today. We're gonna sit here and try to get through a nice, smooth, little bit conversation about the state of the DC something, whatever they want to call it now, because it's all over, because it ended, because they pretty much were at a loss of the universe, and didn't nobody look at it, so then they just stopped making them. Duh. So, are we starting from the beginning?
I get. What's the beginning? I've been so far removed from DC anything that this will all be new to me.
Not all. So we're gonna go back to. Let's go back to the beginning. 2013, after the Dark Knight trilogy concluded, DC said, them superhero movies, they doing something right now. But we very much enjoyed how much money we made from the Batman trilogy that is known as the what is it? You know which ones I'm talking about. The Dark Knight series that ended in 2012. And the Dark Knight really showed the world that dark and gritty superhero movies are the way to go. Well, that's what Zack Snyder believed. The amazing director.
I'm inclined to agree to an extent.
Hey. I can't even show my hand movements. I'm over here like, I'm doing my little. You not wrong. But let's see where they got them. So in 2013, after they saw how much money they made off of Batman and that the Batman trilogy ended, they realized that they needed to continue making superhero movies, even though, Batman had ended. And so we get the DC Extended Universe, the DCEU, which is a weird name when you think about it. But, they could have just said DC. I don't know. I guess they didn't want to say the DCCU.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They can't really say DCCU.
The DCCU. Yeah, it would have been trash.
I mean, they could have just said DCU and just had the D stand for DC.
Yeah. They said that doesn't sound like a roll off the tongue. They don't want the confusion.
They wanted to get away from the MCU.
Yeah. Let me turn my brightness down on my computer because my eyes are burning already. I'm an old man. So we start off with their first movie in their series of movies, and that is known as a movie that came out in 2013, directed by Zack Snyder, Man of Steel. When this movie came out, it already started with it. It really kind of started the whole people beefing with the DCU as a whole.
Yeah, because that was an
Ooh.
overall like controversial, like whether or not people like that movie.
It was like either you were cool with it or you just absolutely hated it. Because it was the main issue around that time was that they said Henry Cavill is not a good Superman because he doesn't have that generic Superman energy that actually is needed in a Superman movie. You know, you need somebody that's there to kind of just be righteous, kind of like Captain America. But
I mean, I mean, like because Captain America in. Are you referring to Captain America in the MCU or Captain America in comics?
I'm gonna say comparing them to MCU, and then when you say that comic book, I'm guessing he's a lot more serious in this. I mean, I don't
He's
know.
he's
He
I
kind of
mean
got there as time went by in the MCU.
he's a lot more on this like fully like I will only do the righteous thing
On what?
for the comic Captain America. But I guess it's still kind of the same for both. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It was like that. The like some of the scenes in Avengers made me like, all right, you kind of like, especially the Civil War. I was like, all right, Captain America isn't good, isn't a bad guy, but he's kind of doing some shady stuff, if that makes sense. Whereas the
Mm-mm.
majority of the time in comics, I guess, because we just don't have as much time in the MCU as comics. Because I was like, in comics, he's just like, with the exception of my favorite Captain America story. What was it? Dang it, I forgot. Where Red Skull got the cosmic cube and went back in time and changed Steve Rogers' origin, so he was Hydra.
That little thing that everybody was talking about at one point.
I have the book; it's out there somewhere. I have the full collection, but the full collection of comics for it, but I don't remember the title of it for some reason.
I got you. I got you.
But other than that, it's just kind of like he is the I am the beacon of what is right, and that is all.
Got you. True. Well, the issues. I guess we'll get back to Superman in this one. They kind of said Superman wasn't that in this movie. He wasn't that version of Superman. He was very much so. They said he was. I remember about the man. He was like emo. He's not like seeming like he's ready to go and all that stuff. But they were just like, well,
I mean,
this is an origin movie.
I liked it. I don't like Superman in comic for that specific reason that he's like, I'm the overly straight guy. Like,
But you,
like I'm the
but that's the
everybody
thing.
else can be like bent, but I will only do this thing. You know what I'm saying?
But that works in the comic books because he has like Soup Batman right beside him in a lot of
Yes,
cases.
but that's the only reason that works. He has either a I guess he has either a villain that
Lex
is
Luthor, a Lex Luthor.
yeah, he has a villain that is with the exception of I don't know where I put Luthor, Luthor, a villain that is somewhat on the borderline of being an anti-hero. So the question is whether or not Superman is the one that's truly right, or
Mm-hmm.
he's partnered with somebody who's willing to not completely be the straight guy the entire time,
Mm-hmm.
like this.
Which,
You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean?
mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, that's
the
literally the
person who's
entire Justice League.
yes. So it's like
You have
Superman
Batman,
comics.
huh?
Superman by himself, just random stories, I do not like because there's not a lot of depth. It's just It's basically the Dragon Ball Z story compared to Dragon Ball.
But you gotta understand, but that's what the Superman heroes, fans like apparently. So when they had the disconnect, it was the people that wanted to have a movie that was like strictly like, it was like, it literally cut right down the middle. It literally cut right down the middle. And like the people that was just like, we want a nice little movie that was with some depth to it. And people are just like, Henry Cavill's too moody. It's too moody.
As a person who was like all right on Man of Steel, do you realize how boring that movie would be if he showed no emotion like Superman does in comics? Really?
Hey. I never said I had a problem with it. My biggest issue with this movie was, and it wasn't even like something that is like crazy. When you remember what my biggest issue with this movie was?
What was it?
Why the hell is Amy Adams playing Lois Lane and she's like 20 years older than him?
That's funny. That's hilarious.
He looked like a damn cougar in this movie.
I thought it was going to be something like, "Hey, I mean,"
and then he gets to the end of this trilogy. I mean, these set of movies. He's just like, we have to save Lois. And it's like, I don't think Lois is still gonna be alive to do this anymore.
You know, you got to relax. You got to relax. I thought it was going to be something with. Granted, Zod was masterfully played. I feel like
that's the reason this movie works. You have two great actors, and then there was a couple of dumb moments in between. There was like those two kind of carried the movie. Well, mostly Zod. Never mind. Mostly Zod carried this movie, and then you have Henry Cavill, I guess the Clark Kent trying to learn how to be Superman, and then you have Lois Lane who felt like she was just there, but that is not the point. That's not the point.
I mean, people will complain about everything. At least we're not going back to Smallville where he unlocked his heat vision because he got hot and steamy and horny in sex ed class.
Anywho, so we're gonna say that movie was their first
slide
success.
Past that. I'm not gonna let you slide past it.
So
bring attention to some of the bad things that happened in Smallville.
I hated that show because I watched a little bit and then it got to a point where Lex Luthor was like talking to the girl that Clark Kent was talking to. I was like, this is just a drama now, and I don't want to watch it anymore. This is getting weird.
The whole series is a drama. There's no actual like superhero stuff happening.
Yeah, that show used to got real weird to me as a kid. I was like, I don't understand this. I'm just gonna stop watching this because it's getting weird, and I just stopped.
I watched all of it because your aunt bought me the box set of it.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I wasn't mad about it. This was in the times before streaming services. So half the time, the stuff that was on TV, I did not want to watch. So
I feel it. All right. Let's see. Oh my gosh, they did exactly what you said we was talking about. We're gonna get to that later. Remember how?
Are you serious?
Remember how you said the DCU, DC, and they put D is in.
Yeah.
It's just DCU, DC Universe.
That's hilarious. They should hire me, dog. They should hire me. I'm telling you.
Call James Gunn for a job. All right, so we get into the second movie after this, and this is where things pretty much went off the rails almost for the next two movies for this universe. It pretty much went off the rails right after that. When Batman versus Superman came out, this is essentially where we started having all of the turmoil of them having issues with, because after everyone, they got that slice down the middle with the Superman movie. They just started saying that we have to effectively chop up all of Zack Snyder's movie and then make up the parts that we want to be in it. And then once you make out those parts, we're going to then combine those things and then do all that stuff. This is where all of that started, because then you start getting the Zack Snyder cut and all of that stuff, and this is where all of that essentially began.
Wait, was Batman versus Superman before Wonder Woman?
It was.
That's tragic.
Yeah, this is the second movie of the universe, and they literally started already doing all of that stuff.
It would really help if that wasn't a trash movie, though.
So I'm
I
gonna
mean,
hand. I guess I'm gonna hand this one over for you for a second. Let's see what's so we have. I'm gonna give a quick overview. First of all, I guess I just asked Batman vs Superman, the original version. How did you feel about that movie and the actors in that one?
I don't fully remember it, to be honest with you. You're talking about the animated Batman versus Superman, or you're
Live
talking
action.
about the live action Batman?
The live
Oh,
action.
the one I watched in theaters and wish I got my money
Yes.
back for?
Yes. I'll let you go ahead and give this. I did the last one. I'll let you go ahead and go
I
on with
mean,
this
I
one.
don't. I don't fully. I purged that from my memory for a reason.
Oh,
It
brother.
seemed like they were like, we're gonna build this story completely off of nothing, and that's what they attempted to do. No
Oh, brother.
foundation. They're just gonna not like each other, and then we're gonna magically make them become friends at the end, randomly for no reason because of a name. But
All right. Well,
I will say the like the Batman scenes of actual Batman were cool. I think that Ben Affleck gets a real bad rap as being Batman, and I don't think he was a bad Batman. I think that it was written badly, but Bru- correction, as Bruce Wayne, I don't think he was a bad character. I can't say he was a good Batman, but he was a good Bruce Wayne.
all right. Well, since you've given, I guess, is that all of your reviews of it?
That's all of my reviews of it because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of DC movies I've removed from my memory, with the exception of Shazam, the first Wonder Woman, and kind of Justice League, but not for any good reason.
All right. Well, I guess I give about a brief overview of this. So you have this movie that begins with Bruce Wayne in Metropolis as General Zod, and Superman battle each other. And then Superman says, I'm mad that this man has superhuman abilities in the destroying
You
the
mean
city.
you mean Batman?
I mean, Batman, Bruce Wayne, since they destroy Batman's big tower with his friend in it that we have no idea who he is. This is our first time seeing Batman on screen. So, so yeah, we have to figure out who this man is. So we have a nice, strong Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. You know, when he's a nice, solid actor. He's only looks like he. The only problem is he just looks like his age. So he does look like he's about a 50-year-old man
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to play, side to side with a 30-year-old man almost. So it kind of looks like, all right, we kind of don't know how far we want to let this universe go when we already kind of Asian our people out, just like Amy Adams. I had to get that shot in there. I'm sorry. So, Clark Kent is basically, and he also brought in, you know, they brought in the Jim Carrey Lex Luthor with Jesse
Was he?
Eisenberg.
I was about to say, was he actually in that movie?
Yep, this is the one that he was in.
All right, then that's it. Well, he was in both, wasn't he? He was in
Both
that.
what?
No, he was in this one because he brought. I remember this movie now, and I'm even more mad
Because we'll
because
see,
I
he
forgot
had.
that they crammed Doomsday at the end.
Here we go. We're
I am
getting no.
I am beyond pissed off that you reminded me of that.
Here we go. Now we're getting into it. So yes, we have this is the movie where Lex Luthor tries to frame Superman to get into a fight with Batman, and they kind of take pieces. And this movie essentially takes a lot of pieces from good stories and throws them into a bad movie.
Can we
They
can we
basically
go can we go on record saying Jesse Eisenberg is the world's worst Lex Luthor of all time?
he had hair.
I would take
That's
the
it.
Smallville Lex Luthor over Jesse Eisenberg any day. You can say what you want about Smallville.
Uh, oh, brother, those guys. Dang. Hold up. I got to get that clip. That is going to be one of my clips now. I have
That's
to
going on the
prepare that.
soundboard.
That is going to be on the soundboard. Hold up. I'm about to go ahead and get that onto the soundboard.
to
And
be
so I can. Hmm?
to be fair though, the actor for because I forgot his name. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up. The actor for Lex Luthor in Smallville, uh, uh, Michael Rosenbaum, a good actor, great actor, and I would definitely take that over Jesse Eisenberg. Like Jesse Eisenberg's whole vibe doesn't fit Lex Luthor. He's too fidgety, and
Yeah.
for people to complain that Superman was too emo, like that is a polar opposite to Lex Luthor, who's supposed to be like calm and deliberate in every situation.
He was over here.
Yeah. Over there sounding like Goofy. Guilty.
Oh, like, yeah, they kind of fumbled the bag with that guy. Oh, man, brother. And then, let me fix something on my computer real fast. All right, had to swap out headphones. Speak out. All right. Hold up. Let me make sure that my sound is working. Make sure that my sound is working. Excuse me. Oh, hold on. Hold up. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, I got my headphones working. Big bets. All right, all right. So, as I was talking trash about and talking shit earlier, let's continue. So, in this movie, they decided to then combine a bunch of good stories and put them all into this bad movie. We have the Dark Knight Returns in here. We have Batman vs Superman fight that y'all initiate with no type of prior build up at all. We have a random Lois Lane and not Lois Lane, random Wonder Woman story in here somewhere. With a
Well, I
with
don't
a
think we know that it's Wonder Woman in this movie.
yeah, we
We just
do.
know that. Do we?
No, yes, we do. She hopped in at the end. Remember, you didn't forget that she joined the fight at
Yeah.
the end of the
No,
movie.
she came in, but they didn't elaborate on the fact that, like, basically they hinted that she would be Wonder Woman, but there was no actual depiction of her as Wonder Woman. She was at the ball thing.
No, AJ, she fought with them.
I forgot about that too because I keep forgetting that they brought Doomsday into the story.
So we ain't got there yet. We haven't got there. So once we've gotten past the part of them randomly bringing in Wonder Woman,
Can we not get
we
there? Is that an option?
and then once we get past that point, you have the point of Lex Luthor realizing that he needed to kidnap Martha Kent as a backup plan for Superman killing Batman in case they fought. And then we had the big thing, the big blow, the big words that was used to stop Batman from killing Superman. The words "Save Martha." Oh, this
Go
movie
ahead,
is
play the
writing
clip.
spectacular.
Play the clip now.
I
Now's the
don't got
time.
it yet.
You said you were setting it up. Now's the time.
I didn't get it yet. Wait. because that's what I was supposed to be doing. I had forgot. I didn't actually get it yet. Oh, I have to find it. I have it in my files, but I don't know where it is.
No, it didn't. It didn't capture all of it. I'll replay it for you.
Oh, brother,
There you go. I think you captured it that time. You can go ahead now. I just had to make sure to get that one in.
That's how you felt about that?
100%.
Oh, I found the clip. All right. Now I have to actually add it to my computer. Hold up. Once I add it to my computer, this will be utilized very shortly.
I was going to say, I can straight up send you the clip.
I got it. It's just like, it's like on my own thing.
Like I already got it broken down to 5 seconds. I got it edited and everything.
I do too. It's just not. It's like I have to just like put it onto like my computer screen, my computer, and then add it to the soundboard. I just never got the chance to do it yet, so I haven't done it yet. And since I haven't done it yet, it's not there. Good job, Devin. You're doing terrible. Gosh, Jesus Christ! How could you not put this onto your soundboard yet? There's so many sounds that can be utilized in these moments, like that one is like a clear one that needs to be here because clearly they did not know just how bad that writer was in this movie when it came to the reason why they need to have those two fighting. Like don't you like who else would not who would have ever thought that was like not the best idea to do or what to do, like to have save Martha? That was like a bar. What do you think, AJ?
A bar
AJ?
of what?
Like that was like
What's it a bar of? I don't like
it
the
was a
smell
bar.
of this bar. It's a piece of something, that's for sure. That's how I feel about that.
I forgot I had this thing on my phone where you can I had an export audio thing, but I don't know where it saves the audio at. Oh, there it is. Figured it out. 2 seconds. Yep, I know how I'm gonna be clipping all this stuff now.
But we can move past the save Martha part.
Can we? Can we really?
I would really prefer it.
So once we've gotten past the whole save Martha and all that good stuff that was going on, how did you feel about that whole after we saved Martha, that they decided to have Lex Luthor essentially become the brightest man in the world of Kryptonian technology and essentially create Doomsday? How did you feel about that one?
Well, no, I thought he didn't create Doomsday. I thought he basically found the DNA of Doomsday.
No, he created Doomsday with his own DNA.
Is that true? Let me see.
Do we really have to sit here and watch it? Because I'll pull it up. Trust and believe. We can do a quick little review of that real fast.
I mean,
I guess we can. I mean, shoot, depends on how much time we have to continue to look at this movie. Look at this.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it was a very interesting little set of things that was going on at that point in the movie. It kind of just started throwing things at the wall at that point.
Oh, that's dumb. So it's not even a. That's dumb. I looked it up. I have the answer.
You-
It's dumb. It's not necessarily wholly what you said. It's that the that's a dumb reason. They were saying that Doomsday was created because it was a crossbreed of
Yeah.
Kryptonian DNA.
Uh-huh. Yeah. The crossbreed of
Of
they brought in Zod.
yeah. Which doesn't make sense because then you could never bring in I forgot what Superman's son's name is without retconning that because that means that Superman and Lois should never crossbreed, correct?
Oh, you're asking the wrong one. All
I
I
was
can
about
do
to
is
say,
continuously talk. Yes.
according to this, that's the reason why they outlawed crossbreeding. You can only breed with other Kryptonians. And then last I've heard, she ain't Kryptonian.
I mean, you never know what she actually was born at. You don't know where everybody from.
And we never will now, so let's continue the story.
You ain't wrong. All right, well, let's continue. Anyways, anywho.
Even the fight is dumb because I'm seeing clips of the fight too.
You watching
Superman
it?
killed him with the kryptonite spear from Batman.
Mm-hmm.
How is he able to fly with kryptonite near him? Let alone, why does stabbing Doomsday with the kryptonite spear make him explode? I feel like there's just a lot of random things happening.
But you know, electricity and stuff.
Shut up. I forgot who I was talking to.
You took me seriously for too long, didn't you?
I did.
It's like it was because of like electricity and stuff. Did you not know that that's just how it works? You know, you just get a spear and then you just combine it with a flying Superman, and then you stab the dude, and then he blows up. But then once it blows up, and then when he blew up, he kind of also stabbed Superman, essentially killing him like he did in the comics. So technically, Doomsday still kills Superman. So essentially, he still
I guess.
kills
Don't
Superman.
do the essentially.
Essentially, it's the same thing.
No.
He's like, but it is though. But you don't get it. So like you don't get this was like a well thought out game plan right here with this one. So essentially, like I said, again, let me stop. I'm just gonna go ahead and stop because at this point you're just like, if he doesn't stop.
Oh brother, this guy stinks! Oh brother, this guy stinks!
I agree with this.
All right. I found out how to add all these to the soundboards. Don't worry. I'm about to go crazy with these now. All right. All right. So essentially everybody got mad. Everyone was mad at this movie, and because it was like it was a mess, and it made a good amount of money, but it was still essentially a mess. And the only good scene in this movie was the Batman saving Martha scene. That's it. But at the end of the day, it made money. So by the time we got to that point, it was another movie that was also in production during that year. It was a movie that they also decided to just put their hands on and change and alter and do everything they could to make sure that they met, they saw that, they saw how Guardians of the Galaxy worked. So they wanted to make their own Guardians of the Galaxy with the supervillain team known as the Suicide Squad.
Oh, God.
brother, this guy stinks!
I also watched this in theaters.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go into this one. Let's just say this movie was very, very bad to the point where they essentially, and the craziest part about this movie also made $800 million.
They did a lot.
DC was getting by off of the strength of the name of their movies. The people wanted to watch superhero movies from DC.
I mean, they
at this point,
they picked a villain that is like a supremely powerful DC villain, and then thought, what is basically they picked a villain that is too strong for the Suicide Squad, and thought, what is the most BS way we can get around this? Because Enchantress is one of the strongest DC villains. But
just have her blow up. We got the well-known superhero supervillain beam coming down out of the sky for this one.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I just gotta have it queued up now because it just continuously gets worse from here. So then, except not yet. We got that brief intermission with Wonder Woman.
Do we get to talk about my least favorite rendition of Joker?
Oh, yeah. Do we really have to?
I mean, I argued with Bruce on this by saying that.
Wait. What did he say?
Oh, he tried to tell me that Jared Leto was a great actor.
In terms of like this movie?
In general.
I mean, we and you also had that conversation, but it didn't last long. I kind of was excited by the end of it.
Yeah, I was like, I just basically asked him name one, because at first I said name 3 movies, then I took it back. I was like, no, name one movie where Jared Leto was the thing that swayed you in your opinion of a movie. See?
And how did it go?
He could not think of one.
I'm weak. Yeah, I guess I'll hop through these. We'll hop past the one movie where everyone was like, you know what, DC can do something. When Wonder Woman came out, everyone loved it and they were happy. And then they were just like, this looks like this could be the start off point to kind of spark things into the into the future. And then after that, it was
a really good movie. Like that was probably like, looking back on the DC, that is probably my second favorite movie of all of their films, like the DCEU, because their extended universe they don't want to actually make a canon universe out of, so I can't use those.
You're not wrong. I guess we'll go straight into, after that, we'll go into the big superhero combination team to go ahead and to battle with the Avengers, the Justice League.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Another movie I went and paid money, real life dollars, to watch in theaters. You can tell I don't make the best life decision.
Yeah, this movie. Well, this one. Let me say it like this: I watched both versions of this movie. I watched the original, and then I watched the Snyder cut. And I'll say the Snyder cut is 10 times better in terms of just the feel of the movie all the way through. It gives Cyborg a backstory. It gives Flash something to do in the movie. It makes Aquaman not an ass. It makes the Justice League heroes essentially be able to fight Steppenwolf without Superman. And those are all the big things. We all know that Superman is strong, but the rest of them are strong as well. So when Justice League came out and it seemed like they were just getting their asses whooped by Steppenwolf until Superman came, it all looked very, very much like
Oh,
like
brother, this guy stinks!
that's
Yeah, 'cause
essentially how it's feeling.
I would say that Aquaman and like Steppenwolf isn't like he is a top general. He's not anything to be walked over. But having both Aquaman and Wonder Woman lose to Steppenwolf and Batman all together and Cyborg, I was kind of like, oh, that's wild. If y'all are doing all this for Steppenwolf, how are y'all gonna make how y'all gonna make the big man look?
Yeah,
Because
see, and then
you gotta go crazy for Darkseid after this.
exactly versus like what they did in the other version of it, where you have like the what was it? You saw? Did you see? Did you even see the other movie?
Which one?
The pieces of the Snyder Cut version.
No, you just explained it to me because I didn't have 4.5 hours to sit and
Like,
watch it. Like from what you told me, it made more sense because I'm like, they don't even explain what the mother boxes were for in the movies. In the original Justice League, they don't even talk about what the
yeah, they didn't do that.
what is it, the Omega sanction and Omega equation is.
Yeah, they didn't do that until like this version of it. So
Yeah.
let me just give you like the clip, the difference in the way Steppenwolf got smoked in the movie for you to see the difference. Hold up, like you have to like just see it for yourself, like how they ended this fight, and then you can pick. I'll let you be the judge. Just
Okay, because I was about to point out that it looks like they got that at 240.
I could never. And then he also doesn't have the mustache.
You say he doesn't have the what?
You know, Mirror Mustache Gate.
Oh, you're talking about Henry Cavill. Why his upper lip doesn't move.
Wait. This was the original version, so he didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Or so wait, hold up. Oh yeah. All I had to do was type in Mustache Gate and it just instantly came up.
Also, I like that they got Aquaman stabbing that man through, running that man through.
I'm weak.
They actually gave him something to do rather than standing there and looking sexy.
Yeah, like before this happened, they essentially was like versus the other movie. They was basically just running the train on that
man. Dang. Never mind.
Like you like that, like the difference in the way they was fighting him and that and this are so different.
I believe it.
And let's see. This is what justice looks like.
Because if you oh god, I don't want to see this again.
Brother, this guy stinks!
I don't want to see this again.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This is what justice looks like. Oh, the memes. This is really when DC really started to fall apart. Because essentially, it was like everybody was joking on the fact that they just were completely reshot the movie instead of just using the cut that they had, and then now making and then it kind of divided the DC. It divided their own fan base because now you no longer had everybody wanted to see this version of the fight where everyone got their due in the fight. Everybody got to have their moment, and essentially This is something Wonder Woman would do.
Yeah. Off with his head. Straight to Acropolis. They also don't talk about the fact that Steppenwolf is Darkseid's uncle. This
That's
is a fun
hard.
fact. That is hard.
That's tough.
It would also be cool to talk about how um,
I think we froze.
Darkseid is just an avatar. It did freeze. How Darkseid is an avatar, but they would never make it that far.
Yeah. Oh no, my computer froze. Oh, brother.
I can still hear you, for what it's worth.
Uh-oh, Spadio.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I think I've overshared.
Mm.
I was going crazy with the videos. Let me see if I can just drop off. It's not letting me do anything. I shall be right back. I think Google Chrome crashed. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
All right.
And I'm back. I'm gonna have to get a more powerful computer. I'm gonna be using this to be streaming and stuff. They do that. You can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. All right. Well, after the travesty known as Mustache Gate, we then get into the next movie that was Aquaman. That movie,
It was pretty good.
yeah.
Have you seen the second one before we get there?
I didn't. Was it
Because
any
I
good?
want to know. I wanted to know if they actually did anything with the Black Manta or not. Because I was like,
I'm hearing. I'm hearing some hits and misses with that.
that's unfortunate. Because I was like, that'd be cool. Because I liked him as a character. Because you show him becoming Black Manta and why he does what he does.
Yeah, I felt like. Let's steamroll through the rest of these so that we might have to come back and actually do reviews of these movies.
Okay.
So next after that we have Aquaman, which was pretty good. We had Shazam, that was pretty good. Then we had Birds of the Prey. How do we feel about Birds of the Prey? Good or bad?
I think that it was decent. I think it was mid. I don't think it was bad. Everybody kept saying it was bad, but I don't know what they expected from that movie.
And then after that, we have Wonder Woman 1984, which was hold up. For that movie, I will respectfully
I was about to say, you better cue that up, if anything.
Hold on, wait. I just want to let you know, this is how I felt.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody fumble from so high in my life.
Yeah.
Dog, they had Pedro Pascal acting like that.
Wait.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Wait, hold on. First and foremost, I just have to just say, let me tell you how I felt about that movie. I'll let you know, and then
I just want you to know that I personally feel disrespected for Pedro Pascal for having to do that movie. Because I was sitting here like, there's no. And then to come back and see all the stuff Pedro Pascal has done since then.
Like just essentially like the main one that he did after that, like just the what is it? What is the name of that movie? Just doing like this. I think this is right after he did the first season of Mandalorian.
It was. It was. After the first season of Mandalorian.
This is essentially what I felt when I watched this movie, and he couldn't have said it any better than this right here. He
Oh,
couldn't have
I
said
knew
it
what
better
you're.
than
I know
this.
what you're saying now.
Life is good. Life is good. But it can be better. Life is
There we go.
I knew exactly what it was. Life is good, but it could be better.
He said it about this. He said it himself in the movie himself. It could have been better. And then after that, we have.
Because you know what? You know what was a better? Well, I guess it's non-canon and it's also Marvel, but a better version of this was Purple Man from what was that? Jessica Jones. Because he's basically like, I'll just tell people to do something, and they'll just do it. But that's me digressing again.
It's okay. It'd be like that.
Also,
and after
David
that,
Tennant's a great actor.
Yeah, After that, DC went on a hot streak again, like they did with Aquaman and Shazam. They got after Wonder Woman 1984, they dropped the Snyder Cut, which was essentially way better version of the movie on my birthday. I think that day I was like so happy because I had something to watch. This was during the pandemic. And then after that, you had the Suicide Squad. And they got the actual director who directed the Updeck group. What was that? The guys who do it this time.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually let them do the movie. So
and
yeah.
that is my favorite DC movie of that series.
By far. Not
By
close.
far. It even had a spin-off TV show that is my favorite DC show that has come out of any of this. I watched every episode of
Peacemaker.
I forgot. Yeah, Peacemaker as it came out. Who would think John Cena would bring me into a weekly television show?
You want to know the conversation everyone's not ready to have? That John Cena a better actor than The Rock.
I feel like
all right.
I feel like there's plenty of people ready to have that conversation. He has more.
Because you know what movie came out, The Suicide Squad?
What? I don't remember.
Black Adam.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay. I'm going to say it. Black Adam wasn't terrible. They just made a bunch. It has the same problem of every one of the DC EU movies where too many random things are happening at once. And they hoed Dr. Fate, but that's a completely separate thing.
He's cooking now.
But
gotta get you.
It wasn't.
I gotta get the Naruto music for you.
It wasn't a terrible movie. It just there's a lot of things that happening that if you know who Black Adam is, he wouldn't do. And Hawkman's there kind of just randomly. Even though I love this version of Hawkman. He's kind of like he's actually true to the comic version of Hawkman of, hey, I'm gonna tell you once and then it's war. Dr. Fate got food. For no reason. He was just kind of there, just to be there. Just so they had Doctor Fate is there, just so they have the caveat for how the end of the movie goes. Um, and there was somebody else there that I don't remember. Wasn't there a third hero there?
Yeah, there was. I think it was like the Atom Man, the Atom guy.
Oh, yes, the one who can get smaller and big. Well, get bigger. I don't think he gets smaller.
Yeah, what's his name? Yes, this is Cyclone. Doctor Fate, Atom Smasher,
Okay.
which is basically just Ant-Man.
Yeah, basically.
So
But I mean,
yeah,
can't say too much. Aquaman is pretty much Namor, the Submariner.
hey, these two just go back and forth with this stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't that terrible a movie. It just had a really stupid ending, and things kind of just happened for no reason.
I mean, like you said, that was the DC thing right
And they
there.
changed.
Things
They completely changed Black Adam's
Same.
origin too.
Oh,
Yeah.
brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah,
Because
they did.
Oh, bro.
I was about to say, should I go into what the differences are for the origin?
You can if you feel like it. But
Because
like
like
we got like
the
2 minutes.
okay, because I was about to say it's what they did was basically, well, no, they kind of did it, but kind of didn't. Uh, it was supposed to be uh the person who gets the power of Black Adam.
It's the cooking
Oh,
music now. When you're
you
cooking.
really got it playing. Was Black Adam's nephew,
He's cooking.
and he was supposed to basically remove the oppressive emperor that was killing everybody for power.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And I think in this movie it was supposed to be like Black Adam. At the end of the movie, it was like, I don't fully remember. It was like Black Adam accidentally kills his nephew, but in the comics, like they share the power because they both made it to the Rock of, I forgot what it was called, but so they both got the power, and uh, basically the nephew wanted basically to start a new time of peace so that there would be no more monarchs. And Black Adam was like, "Nah, forget all that. I'm the only person who will actually do the dirt to make sure that our country stays safe." So he killed his nephew so that he would retain all the powers of Black Adam, and that is why he's
Well,
a villain.
well, The Rock can't be a bad guy, so we're gonna just act like none of that happened. On to the next movie.
To be fair, the movie would have been good if they would have just made him a villain that's like is told from the perspective of the villain. Like he doesn't have to be proud of the fact that he killed his nephew to because he's the only one who would do what was right. But well, the only one that would do what he felt was the right thing to do. But they were just like, no. His nephew came to save him from because he was going to be sacrificed, and that's the whole reason why he's ashamed because he felt weak. And I was like, well, that's not as you can't play this as being a dark story and then not be willing to go dark.
Hey, we saw who was in this movie. Whatever The Rock says, The Rock says goes.
Why did his theme song start playing in my head when you kept saying "The Rock says"? The Rock
I
says.
know, I know that's the way that joke meant. And I'll be honest, if I had to be honest, this is how that joke was.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That's fair enough. Was that the? Oh yeah. Flash came after that, right?
No, Shazam did. Shazam 2.
Shazam 2? I've been meaning to
Yep.
watch Shazam 2. I heard it wasn't as good as Shazam 1, but I heard it still wasn't bad. It was pretty good.
But this is these, but after Suicide Squad, we really started getting into the fact that the money for these movies started going downhill after that. Because you had Black Adam come out, they didn't even make enough to
Except
cover it.
except for one.
No, but the Suicide Squad.
Nah, you know what that Flash budget was like, because they had to keep doing reshoots.
No, none of these last 4 movies they had come out broke even. Black
Huh?
Adam, Shazam. I said none of these are the last 5 movies broke even.
Oh yes, I'm talking about the actual budget for Flash, because they kept delaying, and the reason that was hinted why they didn't recast Flash is because they had already dumped too much money into the filming of Flash movie.
Mm-mm-mm.
That was the rumor that was going around.
Yeah, they just didn't feel like doing it. Let's be honest. And then after
Uh,
we have, huh?
that's that was the reason why they sent them away to be secluded, because they were already 80% done with the movie by that point in time, where all of the controversy came out.
Yeah. After that, we have the lovely Flash and the Blue Beetle, and then Aquaman Lost Kingdom, and they all were downhill in terms of money, and then that was it. Aquaman, they went out not on a bang, and then they handed over the reins to James Gunn.
They had Supergirl and Flash. Oh yeah, because they
Yep.
did alternate reality where Supergirl came instead of.
Yeah, they tried to do like some Flashpoint ish stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I heard that people were too hard on Blue Beetle, so I have to watch it.
I might watch it. So that is the state of the DC. They're gonna they're rebooting the entire thing into what you said already, the DCU.
Because we talked about this a little bit earlier. They had a blueprint. They could have legitimately just said, "Hey, that whole universe is a separate universe. We're gonna start rocking out with these side projects that we've been just throwing out that have been getting all this critical acclaim."
You want to know what the first movie that's coming out?
What's that?
Superman Legacy.
What is that?
It focuses on a younger version of Superman.
Oh.
Hopefully
Okay.
hopefully we get a younger Lois Lane this time.
You leave, like, let her live, dog.
What? I ain't saying
Let her
anything.
live. Let her live.
I don't know what you're talking about. And they plan on making a Swamp Thing movie, a Supergirl movie, the Batman, the Brave and the Bold movie, and a movie about the Authority.
I'm interested. What do they have ratings for any of those?
None of this stuff is out. They kind of just did the whole "we are announcing a million things at one time" type beat.
Okay. Because I was like, I'd be interested in seeing what the Swamp Thing movie would be about. Because people don't pay attention to this, but Swamp Thing be just killing people if you threaten his force. his swamplands, his nature. If he catches you doing any of that, it's night night for you.
It says they said they're trying to make a gothic horror film. I guess you have to go
Yeah,
by what James Gunn says. You would literally have to watch what James Gunn said he's going to say about this. Let me see if I can find a
yeah.
clip.
If he says that it's going to be like that, then that's exactly what I want to see out of a Swamp Thing movie. That's just like with the dang, what was that? The New Mutants, and I expected it to be way darker than it was.
How long is this? It's a 5-minute clip. I found something. Hold up. And after this, okay, they found it. Okay, I found it. Hold up. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash again.
Oh, you're gonna try to share again?
Hey,
Co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you
get
know,
past all of this.
DC entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is
Hold
an
on,
animated
hold on,
series.
wait.
I've
Where is
written
it?
all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller.
Are you really playing that over top of this?
Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's
Man, Waller TV show with Viola Davis
and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom.
I love this.
It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is a big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is
Good.
really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic.
We're finally doing a live action. Yeah, we're finally doing a live action Batman and Robin story. That's look like it can be worth something. That's all I got.
Not even that. Damian Wayne will be in a Batman movie. Which those who knows that Red Hood ain't got nothing on Damian Wayne trying to kill people.
Yep. No live. All right, I'm gonna keep it going.
Comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my
I
favorite
love
comic
this.
book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special.
All right. We got it. We understand. So, what you think?
I mean, it sounds. When it comes to DC live action anything, I'll believe it when I see it. The one thing that makes me feel this is very promising is that they say explicitly that they'll go in and out of animated stuff,
Which is their
which
bread
is
and butter.
yes. That means that there should be some continuity between them, and because I doubt that they'll want to sink money into the production for a bunch of live action movies again. But
Yeah.
it's also separates them from Marvel, which is the one thing that they've been trying to do this whole time, even though they've been doing everything like a secondhand Marvel.
Yeah, because they sat here and completely ignored. They ignored the fact that they had a whole secondary universe known as the DC animated movie universe. That was a mouthful. That was just the one that started in 2013.
And those are all dope.
Yeah, hold on, because then I'll get you that list of those movies, and then see, run through those somewhere real quick. I'm gonna show you the screen. I'm gonna share the screen of that one too. Give me like 2 seconds that we shared it on there. Let me find that. Shoot, run through these movies. How did you feel? Remember, I'm just going to do a quick review. How did you feel about the, Justice League, Flashpoint, and those ones?
I don't remember any of these. I remember the comic book stuff more. So if they follow the actual comic story, then I would remember. Flashpoint. Flashpoint was really good because it takes the concept of it's not a like the problem in the story isn't that there's just a big overarching villain, if that makes sense. You'll have to go through and remind me about some of these. Batman Hush, the Hush storyline is probably one of my top 3 Batman stories. Apocalypse War is fantastic. I don't remember Constantine's City of Demons, but I didn't follow Constantine that much. I heard that it was good though. Which one of these have you seen? Oh, and Justice League Dark is good, really good. I will pause for dramatic effect.
Where did we stop?
I was saying that I don't fully remember all of these, but Flashpoint was good because it had a story that wasn't just we had this big bad that we needed to fight. That wasn't the problem of that. Justice League Dark was really good, just from how gritty it was. Batman Hush was one of my top 3 favorite Batman stories of all time.
That movie was kind of.
Huh?
That movie wasn't as good as it could have been. I'll be honest.
I mean, that's the same thing as what was it? The Killing Joke movie was
Yeah.
one. I was like, but I'm remembering from the comics more than anything, but I think most of what I have seen and Apocalypse War was
Oh,
solid.
this ending movie was absolutely spectacular. When the Justice League Apocalypse War.
I was asking you about Constantine City of Demons because I don't think I've actually seen it
All the movie. I'm
before
gonna be
the
honest
break.
with you. Let me see. I'll tell you. Let me see. Okay, this one, 10 out of 10. Justice League War. When they first brought in all the people, basically they did they did it already. That's like he's saying, why they didn't just copy this? They did it already. They did Justice League War. Wait, there were movies before these though. That's the thing. There was like I think there were like a movie before this. Maybe not. I don't know. I knew there was a individual Wonder Woman movie. There was an individual. They might have been individuals. They don't have all the movies up here. I feel like they're not all here. I don't.
I would.
Like they're all
It's
here.
been too long for me.
Yeah, I don't remember all of them, and I don't think Wonder Woman Bloodlines was the first one. But that might have been it. But I'll just say that you going from Justice League Flashpoint was solid, War was solid, Son of Batman was solid, Dawn of Atlantis was solid, Batman versus Robin solid, Batman Bad Blood solid-ish. No, Justice League versus that was okay. Justice League Dark solid. This movie, when I think about it,
Justice League Dark was being good.
When I think about it, Justice League War had like one of the coldest clips. Let me see if I can find that jank, because that jank was wild. I was like, yo, when I was watching this, it was like, yeah. This. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see. Cause I gotta remember that. Like, it was one thing that was about this, and maybe like, all right, these movies cooking. These movies they cooking with something. These movies
Even
cooking.
you must realize the folly of being a king without a kingdom.
I doubt the battle between the two
Hold on.
will bring about
Wait.
destruction.
I'm not talking about them. Your armory, the Hellspores, they've been activated.
Impossible. The army is encrypted.
I broke the code and reprogrammed them.
You're bluffing.
Omega Lambda 7 XL9. That sounds like a bluff to you. One Hellspore can turn an entire planet into a fire pit. What'll happen to Apocalypse when 500 go off simultaneously?
You dare? You dare? I could destroy you with a single blast of my Omega beams.
You could, but that wouldn't stop the Hellspores, would it?
He's cooking. He's cooking.
You will disarm them.
Here's the deal. Release the girl, and give your word you'll leave her alone.
Oh yeah, because he had Supergirl.
Or swear, Kara Zor-El.
Yeah.
Say it.
Well played. Had the Kryptonian or the Amazon taken that gamble, they would have lost. They do not have the strength of character to destroy an entire planet to achieve success. You, a human, you kill your own kind to win battles. An admirable quality. Take the girl. I will make no move against her.
I don't care about you.
I was gonna say I don't know why they put, but
Who wants to see their designs for them? We don't care about that.
Well, that was
He was
a Witcher
cooking.
design. But
He was
I mean,
cooking.
when isn't he? Let's be honest.
Oh man, Batman in that movie was underrated by a whole. He had stole Green Lantern's ring and everything in one of those movies. It was just spectacular. There's other movies. I never saw the Death of Superman out of this series, and I never watched the Reign of Superman. Superman. I didn't get to see that one, and I might have to watch that. I don't know if I watched Bloodlines.
What was Superman?
You know, the one when they bring in what was those other guys? Steel and Superboy and Cyborg Superman.
Then who's the villain? Is it Superboy Prime?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. This is
Okay.
the one that this is after Doomsday, so I never got that far. I never watched these ones, so I may have to go back. This might be a movie review for later on too. We might just add these to the list of superhero movies reviews for this, so we can just have more things to watch. So
Okay.
essentially, that was the DC animated movie. What is it? It's a mouthful. DC animated movie universe. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
And I don't think they've done any more. So I don't think they've done any more after that. So let me see what we're going to look at next. Hold up. All right, so I think this is a good place to stop at for this one. I mean, we looked at everything that's supposed to be doing after this, and you have never seen any of the movies of DC animated universe, animated Marvel universe. I mean, animated Marvel universe, DC animated movie universe. Dang, that's a mouthful.
I mean, I've seen some of them. I wouldn't remember them. Like Flashpoint is even almost 10 years old now. So,
Mm-hmm. And these
and
are
I
on
don't.
Max, right?
Huh?
These are on Max, the movie app, I believe.
I'm not sure. I don't recall. They should be.
All right.
Because they
This
changed
is
how
what we're
their
doing.
whole thing was, so I don't actually know.
I guess this is what we're going to do from here. Since we are essentially getting to an era of movies where there's no longer superhero movies coming out like that, we're just going to pick some movies to review each week, and then we're just going to go from there, and then decide, and then we're just going to watch them on our app, whatever app is on, and then go from there. Sound cool?
Okay. I mean,
You got a preference of which one you really want to look at next? Movie you want to look at that you kind of want to see?
not really. I need to watch. I know I'm not non-Marvel. I mean, non-DC. I need to watch, or at least see what Echo is about.
All right, so are we doing
I'm
Echo?
interested. We'll see after this first episode.
Well, it depends on if and that's on Hulu, so because I think they said that was like M-rated, so it's not on Disney Plus.
What is the point, dog? I'm not gonna have all of these subscription services for you to try to funnel me through all of them, dog.
You know
Take
they're
Echo
trying
off the
to. They're
list.
you don't got Hulu,
I do, but just for the fact
but
that
you
they
know,
did it annoys me enough to not want to watch it.
but you know they're trying to go away with the Disney Plus a little bit more so now because it's kind of like not making them any money.
I didn't know that. Why they have it then?
You know why?
Just roll
'Cause they
it
want to
into
make
your Hulu Plus subscription. I know that they have them all
exactly,
bundled anyways, but still,
exactly.
you currently can't bundle Disney Plus with no ads. You have to have a separate thing. You have to start a separate thing.
That's dumb. Well,
I agree.
well, well then.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks! Oh,
Just want to make sure.
brother, this guy stinks!
Well, all right. Anywho, I guess that since we kind of we'll just pick. We'll see what Echo's going to do, and if Echo's not our plan, I'll post. I guess we'll just put a post on what we're going to be reviewing then for next Sunday.
Okay.
All right. I'll go ahead and drop the cue on the little soundtrack, and then we get out of here. Thank y'all for listening.
See ya.